How's it going, everyone? This is Daniel. In this video, we are going to be talking about the top stocks and penny stocks to watch out for this upcoming week. We're going to be covering all this important information in this video. We have important economic data related to inflation, decision from the Fed. We have big companies that we've been watching out in the past, like SoFi, Apple, Amazon. They're going to be announcing earnings this upcoming week. So there's going to be a lot of things happening in the stock market, and we're going to be covering all this important information in this video, so make sure you stay tuned. Now let's get right into the video. So as you can see over here, we have the most anticipated earnings release for July 29 week. As you can see, we have massive companies announcing earnings. Amazon, Apple, Intel, and we have from gas and oil, we have ExxonMobil, Chevron. It's going to be on Thursday and Friday. And we have Meta announcing on Wednesday. And the stock that we've been talking about in the past several times that you guys requested also is going to be SoFi. Like SoFi is going to be announcing earnings tomorrow. So we're going to be talking about in detail, what to expect, what kind of price action to look out for SoFi. We also have McDonald's earnings that came out this morning. But there's a lot of companies that are really interesting that's going to be announcing their earnings this week. We have AMD, of course. Semiconductor has been pretty hot. We have Microsoft also, has some kind of issues with CrowdStrike and things like that, like last week. So it's going to be interesting to see what they're going to say about that too. So make sure you stay tuned for that. We have a lot of companies that are really going to move the markets announcing earnings this week. So not only that, we have inflation data coming out on Wednesday. Inflation decision by the Fed. So that's going to be massive. So the Fed is going to be announcing the FOMC interest rate decision. It's going to be on Wednesday, July 31st. And after that, we have Fed Chair Jerome Powell announcing a press conference. It's going to be at 2:30. So it's going to be interesting to watch out for that. And we have initial jobless claims data, unemployment data also for this week. So a lot of actions to expect for this week. We can see some volatility coming out for the stock market depending upon what these companies' earnings are, and also the decision from the Fed, interest rates. We kind of can we can predict what they're going to be saying, what they're going to be announcing on that, but we don't know what the market's going to be doing, right? So this was going to be a surprise. But let's go over and talk about the companies to watch out for this upcoming. We have two penny stocks I'm going to be talking about. The first one is going to be ticker symbol ACIU, and the second one is going to be NKGN. But before I talk about those penny stocks, let's go over SoFi earnings, right? SoFi is going to be a stock that we've been talking about several times. We've been covering this company for a while now. Even though in the past, we talked about, unfortunately, even though the earnings are good, even though they beat earnings, the stock's just not doing pretty well because of what's happening with inflation, with the Fed, the economic, the microeconomics really affecting this company a lot. It's not doing much. Even though they're announcing earnings, they're doing pretty good. Unfortunately, the stock just continues to sell off. And even though they beat earnings, it's just pretty bad. It's relatively trending lower, making new 52-week lows a few weeks ago. Unfortunately, right now it's covering pretty well. So what to expect for SoFi stock? So we expect at least a 10% move, either to the upside to the downside. SoFi, if their earnings announcement was pretty good, we might potentially see the stock shoot up, above $8. So expect that kind of price action. Unfortunately, this stock does not hold the gains that it makes with earnings. So that has been a fact for this stock for several earnings. If you look back, the stock price just shoots up, unfortunately just declines. It shoots up, declines. We get, after the earnings, we get a revision of different analysts stating that they're going to be either lowering their price targets, raising their price targets. The majority of the time they kind of, stay neutral. But when some of these analysts lower their price targets, this stock unfortunately gets hit pretty bad, and it gets lower and lower. But it's going to be looking pretty good depending upon if the Fed is going to be cutting interest rates pretty soon. That's going to be massive for this company. This company can benefit a lot. So we're anticipating a definitely recovery for this company once the Fed starts cutting, and it's going to be a really environment for SoFi to definitely prosper. So what to expect for the earnings? Of course, it's going to be tomorrow morning before the market open. EPS estimate is sitting at 0.0056 USD. So if there's going to be up or down based on the estimates, we might see some definite massive action for SoFi. As I mentioned, 10%. So be on the lookout for that. Let me know what you're expecting for SoFi stock. I know we have a lot of people that subscribe, that follow this company a lot. But now let's go over and look at the top two penny stocks to watch out for. So the first one we're going to talk about is going to be ticker symbol NKGN. This company is going to be announcing a catalyst with the FDA tomorrow. So we have July 30. This company is going to be providing data for their preclinical trial that they're doing. So it's going to be interesting to see if the stock reacts either positively or negatively. As you can see over here, the stock price is relatively flat. Unfortunately, it's not making any kind of move. It's making like a triangle pattern over here. It's kind of trying to break out a little bit as I'm recording the video, sitting at $1.20. The share outstanding for this company is 21.89. Share of the float 12.14. Insider ownership is massive, 52.88%. That means more than half of the company is owned by insiders. That's pretty massive. Institutional ownership is 16.48% in this company. So, depending upon what they say about tomorrow, about the preclinical progress by the FDA, we might potentially see a pop, or if it's negative, they might go down. So, definitely be on the lookout. But it's looking at a pretty great opportunity to trade this in the short term. You can risk off of like around $1 for potential pop up to $2 area, right around over here. So that's pretty good risk reward. Of course, these companies can gap down significantly, so you have to be very careful, manage your risk properly before you get involved in any of these companies. So let's go over and talk about the second stock, which is going to be ticker symbol ACIU. This company is going to be going over their Alzheimer's drug that they're going to be trying to pass with FDA. Right now, they're sitting at the beginning stages. So depending upon what they say, the progress that they made, based on the press release, we might potentially a pop up or pop down. As you can see, the stock is relatively performing very well. Unfortunately, as the stock decides to trend lower and lower, it can potentially see continuation move. But tomorrow, if we see potential moves to the upside, it might pop up pretty well. There's definitely room to test the highs over here that it made around $4, $4.50 area. For a short term, you can risk off of a $3.80 area right around over here. For a potential pop up to $4.50, depending upon what they say. They're going to be announcing their FDA catalyst tomorrow, so be on the lookout for that. This is also a company that has higher insider ownership, around 41.87%. Share outstanding is sitting at 99.2 million. Share of the flow is 57.66 million. So definitely keep an eye on it. The market cap is relatively mid cap, so lower to mid cap. So be on the lookout for this company tomorrow. They're going to be announcing it, so expect some form of volatility. So let me know in the comments below what you guys are thinking. What are the stocks that you guys watching? Because we have this massive week for the stock market. We have announcement from the Fed. We have big companies, Amazon, Apple, AMD, Microsoft. These are big companies that can move the market significantly, announcing earnings. We have Meta also, of course. We have Boeing also announcing. So really interesting week for the stock market. Definitely massive volatility expected this week. So be on the lookout for that. Let me know which companies are you excited to watch. What are your expectations? I'd love to hear your opinion. But I catch you guys on another video. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, and have a wonderful day.